And now we can go ahead and take care of the glow. So let's maybe choose another frame. And we can now maybe grab the emission channel. So let's filter all of these out, and from this mainstream I will drop down a shuffle, and let's make a dot here and bring this over to the right. And for my first shuffle, let's grab our emission lights and then add another dot over here, and let's duplicate this shuffle with Alt C, and let's also grab our emission transition. So now we can simply merge these two together. And set the operation to plus. And from here we can use the AP Glow. So this is a free exponential glow node that you can get from Nukepedia, and I will leave the link in the links file so you can go ahead and grab it. And this is my favorite exponential glow. So from here I will just drop down on AP Glow and leave the settings as default. So let's maybe just merge this into our mainstream and see the result. And the operation will be plus. Okay, and drop another node here. And let's go ahead and let's play around with some of these settings here. Let's maybe just preview the result from the AP Glow. Let's increase the intensity and persistence, and we can kind of see the result. So now what we can do is we can go all the way up, and actually I think the transition emission layer is looking pretty good. What we can do is we can go all the way up, and we can go for, let's see where we shuffled in this emission, so this over here. We can go ahead and grab the grade node that's affecting this emission, and we can increase the gain, and this will now increase the glow as well. So you can see now that this is making our lights pop a little bit more. Let's maybe go to this grade node, and let's go to the multiply here and maybe just introduce a little bit more green in this and see how this will look. So this will make it a little bit more yellow. Okay, and maybe if we add some blue as well, we should be adding more white into this as well. And hopefully we can start to see it as I increase this. Okay, and we can increase the gain. So this is with the grade, and this is without. So we are really making these lights pop. Let's maybe choose another frame here. Okay, so maybe this is a little bit too strong. We can go to our transition emission layer here, so this other one that we created over here, and we can go to the luminance for this after we create the pass, so this gray node, and we can overall decrease the gain for this, and maybe decrease the gamma as well. So let's just find a more subtle value here. Okay, so I think this is looking a little bit better. Let's maybe go to this second grade node for the coloring as well, and we might want to increase, so add a little bit more blue. Okay, so this is looking good. Let's maybe preview one more frame, maybe at around 100. We will have to adjust the Z depth a little bit, so what you have to do is go inside the Z defocus and change this focal plane distance and alter some keyframes to make sure that everything is not so much out of focus here. Let's maybe go back to our AP Glow and let's preview this. Let's preview a few frames. So this is actually looking pretty good. Maybe I will just increase the persistence a little bit more. And after this AP Glow, we have to crop our results, so drop down a crop as well. And this will fix some flickering issues you might encounter. Also, what we can do is we can grab this fog node over here, so this is the one that we generated with the particles, and we can also multiply our glow result with this. So let's drop down a merge, and let's merge the result of this glow with our fog volume. And as a result, let's take a look and let's set this to multiply. We can see we can see that we sort of start to add a little bit of texture to our glow as well. And let's maybe drop down a node here, and let's drop down a grade. So this is a grade for this fog volume, and we can make some adjustments here. So maybe we can increase the gain and increase the contrast. So now hopefully you can see this really nice texture for the glow. So when we add this as our last pass, we really add a lot more of this volumetric effect. So we can see it over here. If I were to disable this, this looks much more interesting and a little bit more natural if we multiply it with the fog. And the last thing that we can do here is there is a cool node on Wikipedia called H-Autoflare, and when you download this you will receive a notepad file with all of the effects here. So you will have to copy all of the text here. So I will copy all of this with Ctrl-A, Ctrl-C this, and now we'll just paste this inside of Nuke. So here is this Autoflare, and I will drop down a grade node which I will link to this mainstream. And now this grade node I want to connect to this H-Autoflare. So I will use this grade node as a source. And if I preview this result, we can go to this grade node and maybe we can increase the, or rather decrease the gamma for this. So hopefully you can kind of see what this Autoflare will do. And obviously you can play around here with all of these settings. So maybe, so you can kind of see as I turn these options on and off, sort of what this does. So maybe we want less glint, and there's maybe we can get rid of this ghosting, and we can fine-tune all of these effects. Alright, and then finally we can just simply merge this on top of everything. So let's merge this by using a plus. Alright, so here we have some very easy and nice looking flare as well. And maybe this is a little bit too much, so I'll just go to this grade node, and I might want to drop everything down a little bit. And I can also drop down a grade node after this Autoflare, and we can also use this to control the flare. So we just want a very subtle effect over here. Maybe we can go to our volumetric pass, and let's drop down the overall gain for this. And now I will go and adjust maybe some of the colors, and we also have to adjust this ZD focus depth to make sure that it looks good on every frame. And then we can preview the final result.